since that is the topic of discussion, I'm gonna ask that anyone who's have their phones, cut their phones off. Um, any other disturbances that may transpire, if you and specifically no want no one to disturb anyone. If you, brother, I'm not going to mention any names. If you doze off, feel free to go upstairs, because sometimes we snore and it disrupts the class. That's why I want to say the topic of today is distinguishing ourselves. I thought last week, that quite a few of you all distinguish yourselves, which means that you set yourself apart from everyone else. I realize that we're born into an environment that we know nothing about, and we're trying to contend with it. People will give you the impression that they're able to contend with this environment, but each and every one of our behavior says something differently. People may go to school and get their academic achievement and their titles. Some people are celebrated based upon their material value and material wealth. But you see, they ain't got it all together. They still trying to contend with an environment that they know nothing about. We look in the society in which we live, where that you would think that people will not use destructive means to get their way and to get what they want. You can tell that they ain't got it all together. Yet in the society in which we live, we see that those things are celebrated. But remember, he or she who controls the projection, they can project what they want to project about you. So what does that mean? You can't let no one project the image for you. And that's really not you. That's just the image that they want to project about you. Once you allow someone to do that, then you become subjected to them. Far too many times, when we continue to allow someone to project the image of how they want to see us or see you, then it justifies the behavior of the other individual to treat you that same way. Does that make sense? So you can't allow that to happen. That's why I say today's topic of discussion is we want to be able to distinguish ourselves. There are little things that we need to work on, and little things that we need to do. Some of us are more dependent than others. Some are more needy than others. That's not casting any dispersion on anyone. Because remember, many of us will never got to where we are without the help of another individual. So what is I'm saying? Remember, we all need to be able to assist and help one another. That takes a caring heart. That takes a kind heart. It takes someone who's really committed on doing something to help the other individual, not only to get on his feet, but to be able to help the individual to move forward and live a life of decency and dignity. How do we distinguish ourselves? I want to say from the outstart, I've been sharing something with you when it comes to being able to manage and control our feelings and our emotions, our thoughts, our attitude, the language that we say to ourselves, and our actions. Going beyond race, going beyond class, going beyond gender, going beyond economics, going beyond politics, going beyond religion, and going beyond education. Because remember, that this creation is a benefit to us all. So we must be a benefit to each other. I would like to say again the 12 building blocks, 12 positive building blocks or building strategies. 1, we must establish a safe and trusting environment. Before I look outside of ourselves, or before I go outside or talk about something outside of ourselves, is your feelings that you have or emotions you have about yourself is safe? Is your thoughts that you have about yourself is safe? 3, is the attitude that you have about yourself is safe? Can you trust it? Can you trust your thoughts? Can you trust your feelings? And for, as I say, what the language, the thoughts, and then that leads to our behavior, the activity that we participate in. Is it safe? And can you trust it? I will answer it for myself. And then you can add to it if you choose to. Because we want to distinguish ourselves. In order to distinguish yourself, you have to be very honest, and you're setting yourself apart. That's all. Nothing about setting yourself apart from everybody else. You don't want to follow nobody else, because there'll never be another one in each and every one of us. There'll never be another one of us. I know at times when it comes to my feelings and emotions, sometimes I can't trust them. Sometimes they are not as safe as I would like for it to be. Why is that? I think far too many times I realize that I may have let something on the outside to come in on the inside. When I let something come in on the outside and in the inside, then my feelings and emotions ain't safe anymore. And when my feelings and emotions ain't safe, what do? Do I wind up taking it out on myself, or I may wind up taking it out on someone else? Huh? The question.
Both. Yourself and someone else.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's why I said earlier that we need to distinguish ourselves, but to be distinguished ourselves, we must be honest with ourselves. Because I know personally that if I'm not safe in no trusting environment within myself, within my thinking, I wind up taking it out on myself or someone else. So I'm trying to resist that. Huh? We're all trying to resist that. And there are things that may come on the outside that come in on the inside may help us. Some may be on some type of medication that may help. Whatever works for you. But then what about your thoughts? I think Buddha says all that we possess is the result of thought. What about your thoughts? Is it traced? Do you trust your thoughts? Huh? Can you trust them? Is the atmosphere or the environment a trusting one in your thoughts, in your thinking? I would say at times, for me, nah. Because I realize that every thought begins with a seed. The seed, it grows. It really does. Now, if you're tending a garden, you plant it, you water it, you nurture it, you cultivate it. You know what I'm saying? But, sometime a weed may come up. And a weed may suffocate the wheat. So, if you're suffocated or you're suffocating, that means you can't what? You can't breathe. And when we don't trust our thoughts, when it comes to an atmosphere in our thinking, in our mind, then we feel as though that we can't breathe, so we're smothering and we're suffocating, man. And we're gasping for what? For air. Huh? And I would say the third one is our attitude. The attitude has to do with our temperament. It says that the bee nest has the right temperament, the right air condition, the right temperature, I should say. So it's all about the balance, man. Having far too many times what gets us in a situation that we don't like is due to our attitude. So that's why I say we have to learn how to control and manage our feelings, control and manage our thoughts. I ain't talking about no one else. I'm talking about you, as well as our attitude. The next one is communication, what we're saying to ourselves. Are we downplaying ourselves? Do we think terrible of ourselves? Do we feel bad about ourselves? At times, we do, right? If we agree, you don't have to agree if you don't. But remember, seconds turn to minutes. Minutes turn to hours. Hours turn to days. Days turn to weeks. Weeks turn to months. And months turn to years. So what I'm saying to you is that you don't let it go to a point where it becomes extensively, when it comes more than a second, a day, a week, a month, and a year. Because it accumulates. What we're saying to ourselves, and we say we feel bad about ourselves and how we feel about ourselves, it adds up. It adds up. So we don't want it to increase, we want it to decrease. Try to nip it as much as you can in the bud. And what are some of the tools that you can use? Some can go for a walk. Some can look at a movie. Some could, even sometimes the work. It's therapy, because what it does, it changes your environment. Sometimes the work may not be good for you. I don't know. But whatever it is, some of you may drink a cup of coffee. Some of you may like, women. I don't know. Whatever it is, float your boat. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Because you want to minimize the way that you really feel about yourself and what you're saying about yourself. Because you don't want to continue the circumstances possibly that many of us create. We don't want to become a victim of it, of the circumstances that we create. Then after the communication, then it becomes the behavior. It becomes an action. The second building block or strategy, 12 positive strategies or building block, and I talked about it a little bit, is overcoming negative perceptions and unhealthy perspectives. Unhealthy, how you see yourself. You don't see yourself as being healthy? Or do you see yourself as being healthy? Talk to me now. Do you see yourself as being healthy? Do you consider this a healthy situation that you're in? Huh?
Yes. I don't.
Okay. Explain why. That's good. Explain why. Explain why.
Well, I just got issues. That's all.
Yeah.
I got unhealthy issues. Everybody is not the same. Everybody not gonna feel the same, man.
No question.
We all going through different things.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's why we're here. You ask 100 people in this program, do they think this a healthy situation? How many of them you gonna think say yeah? Most of them gonna say yes, right? But it's not all about a drug addiction here. It's about mental health, and other things. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Not bringing to the table, right? She don't just do drug treatment, man. She do other things, man. That fall into mental health, man.
Right. Yes, sir.
Right. So, I had issues. I just had issues.
Yeah.
I wish I could leave here. If I had a place to go, I would leave today. You see what I'm saying? And that's not a healthy situation. Not having a place to go, go live.
Yes, sir.
It's really not. So we all go through different things, man. We all here for, it's just everybody just got different issues here, man. My issue, I don't consider it healthy. That's not the only issue I had about the housing and stuff. It's not the only one. But I don't really have to put my business out there, right? But it is what it is. I'm just dealing with it. This is a healthy thing that I'm not using. I'm not saying it's all unhealthy.
Yes, sir.
But I do have some unhealthy issues.
I understand. At least I'm still listening. My answer.
I know you answer that. You asked that question, and you don't for everybody to respond, right? Oh, it's healthy. It's healthy. It's healthy. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie, man. I'm gonna keep it real. It's not all healthy here, man. Cause I'm not in an all healthy situation here. Circumstances, right? I feel like my life is in other people's hands, man. You see what I'm saying? I don't have no control over my own life. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And some people might think it's a game. They play games. But it's not a game to me. I'm dead serious. So that's the answer to your question, man. It's not all healthy. It's not all healthy for me. I have unhealthy issues too, man.
Yes, sir. I would say this here is that, no, I don't, when I ask a question, I don't expect anyone to say that it's all healthy. I don't even, I stated earlier that we're all unique. So, I
I
think,
mean, not just here,
uh-huh.
you know, and not just here, you know. This other issues I got outside of here. You know, I still got issues, man. I got issues,
Yes, sir.
you know. I mean, I don't have a job. What's healthy about not having a job? Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta lay and wait for a check every month. You know, and you know, I'm so sick and tired of that,
Mm.
right? So that's another unhealthy situation,
Mm.
right?
Mm. So if you were able to get a job, would that help the situation?
Yes, most definitely. You know, and I plan on working on that. I plan on working on it. I was talking to somebody on the phone today about, you know, employment.
Are you 55 and over?
Yes.
I may be able to connect you with something. But yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah, so that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
I mean, I can't bring it to the table, man, for real, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I feel like I just gotta keep it bottled in, and mostly deal with it myself, man. Deal with it on my own terms. You know, you see what I'm saying? You know, I talk to people. You know, certain people, right? You know, but what it really is gonna earn itself out. You know, you see what I'm saying? It's gonna earn itself out, right? And it's gonna come to light, man. You know, in due time. You
Yeah.
know, and I just hope everything turn out positive for me,
Hmm.
right? You know, I'm hoping and I'm praying that everything turn out positive for me. You know,
Yes, sir. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. But one of the good things that was good about it, several things that you said you were being honest about where you are, and two, you mentioned in regards to um, wanting to get some employment. You know what I'm saying?
you know, to tell you the truth,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really think I'm benefiting from this program.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You know, I was thinking about making a call, trying to go to another program. You know, checking it out.
Right.
You know, I know somebody.
Right.
I know somebody,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, they don't really have to find me nowhere to go. I can find my own place to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I know somebody, right? You know, but I'm trying to sit still because I don't really want to do no program hopping. You know, from here, I want to take it to the next level. You see what I'm saying? And go find me a place. You know, outside the recovery houses and stuff. You know, that's what I want to do.
They call it independent living. You don't want to do the program stuff. You want to transition out from the program.
You know, but you know, I'm trying to sit still and I'm trying to do the right thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, at times, you know, I mean, I'm on parole. That's an unhealthy issue.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing healthy, man, about having somebody supervise you, man, all the damn time.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You know, I'm working on that. You know, I got about like 14 more months on parole.
Mm-hmm.
And only for the last 4 years.
Mm.
And that's nothing to brag about.
Mm.
You know, having somebody chewing out your ass all the time about this, about that. You know, so we all here, man, for different reasons, man. You know, we're dealing with different stuff, man. You know, and all my issues, it's not healthy issues, man. You know, I'm glad I got a place to lay my head at night, man. You know, I appreciate that. You know, I'm happy for that.
Mm.
You know, it ain't all bad, right? I've stopped using. I'm not using. You know, I'm happy for that. You know, if I could just prove, well, I ain't gonna go into to the details about that, right? But you know, I got a lot to be grateful for. You know, but all my issues is not healthy issues.
Mm. You know what I've heard too? I've heard that you were making a transition, which
You
means
know
you.
what I mean? Mr. Kevin, I ain't trying to cut you off though, right? You know, it might sound like I'm complaining and all that, right? You know, I'm complaining or pissing a bitch or however you want, whatever you want to
Not at
call
all
it.
to me. Not at all.
You know,
Not at all to me.
you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know, I don't really talk about myself a lot, man. You know, and really don't nobody really know what's going on with me,
Mm-hmm.
but a select few people,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know, but you know, sometimes I feel like, you know, all right, just saying, hell with it, you know, to hell with it. You know, I'm just gonna bounce, try to find something better, because I know it's something better, right? And I know it's something that's not better. It's something worse. It's the road you choose, you know. I could slip, go out and slip out, bust my head, start falling, start getting high again,
Mm.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what I don't want to do.
Mm.
I can go out there and I can find somebody that treats me better. I ain't gotta sit around, man, and get treated like a piece of shit.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, so you know, I'm just here and I'm just trying to, you know, work on myself, man.
I think you're doing a good job at it, and I don't think I see it. One of the clear indications of it, that just the manner in which just you express yourself just now, and even when you was talking about other things, you still were seeing the positive in it. That means that that's working on you. That's working on yourself. That's progress. Because you said it ain't all negative, but then you put up like barriers when it comes to you don't want to move too fast because you may move too fast and you may wind up slipping and doing something that you know you don't need to be no need to do and don't want to do. That's progress.
Yeah.
You're making progress. more than you couldn't imagine. Now, if I say to you that at times I feel a similar way sometimes, whether you may know anyone know it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I may feel as though, am I really being appreciated? Huh?
That's what I ask myself sometimes.
Yeah. That's what reason why I say that. You're not in it alone. I just want you to know. So I say to myself, people may not share that with you, but I'm sharing it with you. Doesn't matter to me. Because I mean, I'm being me just like you being you. And I also would say there are times when I had to go through that parole thing. Yeah.
Well, that's just one of my issues.
Yeah.
I'm not only talking about parole. Actually, I just got a new parole officer. She's not a bad person.
Yeah.
Right? You know, she going on she going on, my performance.
Mm.
I mean, they already sent her a negative ass report on me, lying on me and shit.
Mm.
Right?
Mm.
Yeah, they did that.
Mm.
They did that to me, man.
How you able to, how are you dealing with that?
I mean, I don't even want to talk about that, really, because that's kind of like my personal business.
Okay.
But that happened.
Yeah. That which they said, you know it ain't true, right?
Yeah, I know it ain't true.
Okay.
I know it ain't true.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
But let them tell it. But I got like a remedy for that. To try not to let it happen again. Right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm just like, trying to stay afloat, man. Trying to stay afloat. Come out of this, man. Flying colors, man.
Mm.
It's not easy. For me, anyway. For me, I don't know about other guys or the other girls in this program, but it's not easy for me. Because I got too many issues that I'm dealing with.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes I really do be stressed out, man. And I just feel like, man, just packing my shit and going somewhere else, man. But I don't really know if that's gonna solve the problem. Just like if I had a house, a place to stay, a place to go, I would be out of here, man. Because that'll make my life better. That'll be one step towards a better life for me. I don't have to use. I don't have to get high. I can go to an outpatient. I can go to outpatient program. I can go to NA. I can associate with other people. You see what I'm saying? At least I know I'll be out there on my own. Standing on my own 2 feet, man. Instead of just in somebody's house, just being rude, disrespectful, inconsiderate. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I hear exactly what you're saying. So they say a word called independence. You ready to go on your own?
Yeah, that'll be one that'll be one step closer to a better life. I'll tell you that much.
So you've been making the steps to get to there, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I'm doing it now, man. I was talking to somebody last night. They supposed to send me a list
Okay.
of a list of housing and stuff. You know,
Right.
housing programs and all that stuff. Man, they got that stuff. That stuff is easy to get out in the county, man. It's just, man, I'm stuck up in this city, man, Baltimore City, man. And, you know, go out in the county, man.
Mm.
It's a whole lot easier. You know, so that's where I'm at, man. You know, working on myself, man. I just try not to kiss nobody's ass, man.
Mm.
You know. I try not to kiss nobody's ass, but at the same time, I try to be respectful.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? You know, I try to show a little appreciation, you know, without kissing ass, you know. And sometimes I just go with the flow, man. Just let it roll, you know. Because, you know, it's not gonna last forever. You know, it's gonna come to an end. And things gonna change. You know, I just hope they change all for the better for me. Right? And I don't get, you know, put in no kind of trick bag. Get played out of position. You know? Get played out of my position.
Will it get you to act out of character or something?
Huh?
Get you to act out of character?
No, you know, just end up in a place I don't want to be.
I got you.
In a worse situation.
Yeah.
You know.
So do you think that right now that you are balancing everything out now?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still here, man. Still here.
That's commendable.
You know, I'm just trying to stay positive, man.
That's commendable.
Try not to let the negative override the positive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. I was reminded, I don't know if you all remember this one here. What's that story, that movie that Denzel Washington played, and the guy was was in the military, and something happened to him when he was young.
Private Benjamin, was that it?
Nah, it wasn't Benjamin. When he walked to the lady, he was successful in what he did. And he walked to the lady, says, "I don't care what you did to me, I'm still standing." You remember that movie?
Yeah, you talking about
You remember it?
that wasn't Denzel Washington, man. That was that guy Omar. Was that Omar Epps?
Okay,
that was Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
He was a sergeant.
Yeah.
He was a sergeant.
Yeah.
Right? He was a
You on it. You got it. You got it.
They was in the Navy.
You got it. You on it. You on it. You on it.
You know, when he was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, his foster mother.
Right. You on it.
His big stepsister, she was molesting him and all that old stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot the name. I don't think that was Omar Epps though. But I know what movie you're talking
right,
about.
That's it. You on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he said, and what did he walk up to her? He said, whatever you do, he said, I'm still what?
I'm still standing.
I'm still strong.
I'm still standing.
That's all. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. You still strong.
He went back to the house looking for his mother, looking for his father, Ed. Was it his mother's father? He wanted the address.
Yeah, I think so. I can't.
Where he could find his family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wanted to find the family. Yeah. Because he wanted to bring some closure to that situation.
Yeah.
And he wanted to show them, let them know, don't make no difference what happened, what you did, all that stuff. What did he say to him? I'm still what?
I'm still
standing.
Strong.
Yes,
strong. I'm still strong.
Yeah.
See, I'm still standing.
Yeah, man.
That all you put me through, I'm still standing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Strong.
That's what I'm talking about.
He walk away.
Yeah.
And she called him back and said, you can find your family at, or gave my address or something.
Yeah.
Right?
That was a good joint, wasn't it, man?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, like you saying, I'm still strong, still standing. That's all.
I forgot the name of that movie, bro.
Should find out what the name of that joint is.
That wasn't Omar Epps, though, neither. That was somebody else, right?
I can't think of the name of that movie, though, man. You? It wasn't, military. What was the name of that movie? I thought I just had it just now. I couldn't think of it, though, man. But yeah, that's the point. That's all. That's what I wanted to make. Yeah. That's awesome, though, man. Very awesome, man. Yeah, man. And that's what I mean by distinguishing yourself, setting yourself apart. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, like I said earlier, they project the image of you that's not you. And then when they project an image of you that's not you, and you accept that, then you be subjected to them. And you don't want to be subjected to no one projecting an image of something of you that's not you. That's a misrepresentation and a mischaracterization of who you are. And actually that leads to the fourth 12 positive building strategy or building block is creating non-judgmental reports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what people do. They create judgments on you. And when people create judgments on you, it makes them feel superior. It makes you feel superior. That's called judgment focus. Mm-hmm. And that's what you call an automatic distorted thought. That's people distorted thinking in order to make them feel above you and you are below them. Belittling you. That's why I stated earlier, if you all listen to my introduction, I said people think that they got it going on and they really don't. We're born to contend an environment that we know nothing about. We're still learning. Because if we were really mature, we wouldn't judge each other, nor would we treat each other the way that we're treating each other. Does that make sense to you? Mm-hmm. And as the good brother said that everybody, we know everybody is not the same. Everybody's not the same. We know that. We all have our issues. For me, the issue is character resolve. That's just me. But we all have our issues. Because I say that character is the outgrowth of your humanity, which means how you humanely treat someone. You treat people like human beings. You don't treat people like other than being what? Human. You see? So we have to not create non-judgmental reports. Anything you want to share, brother?
No, I mean, I think you have to carry out what you said you're gonna do.
Yeah.
For me, I used to be in Iceland.
Yes, sir.
And I thought that movie was called, Forrest Whitaker, you know?
No, that's not it.
I thought you man knew, but no, that wasn't it.
I'm
You can't remember what it is? Cause do you remember the scene though?
Yes.
Because
It was very powerful.
it was a very powerful movie.
I do is Google it, man.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, sure do.
That was,
Sure do, you're right. Yeah.
When Denzel Washington was sergeant in the Navy.
Yeah.
When Denzel Washington
Yeah,
was
yeah.
sergeant in the Navy.
Oh, you talking about Antoine Fisher.
Yeah,
Antoine Fisher story. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's sure it,
It's a good
man.
movie.
That's a good movie, man. I thought that was a powerful movie, man.
That was one of my favorites. I used to watch that all the time.
Yeah, that's a favorite movie. I like the part that all that he went through, he went to him because he wanted to bring closure, and he said, I'm still what? I'm still standing, man. I'm still strong. I'm no different what you did to me. But remember you just said earlier, man, he said, you follow through with it. You follow through with it. Whatever it is, like you may have to deal with the patient part. Be patient. Just follow through with it. Like allow it to work itself out. And I tell you something personal in regards to that. I have a message that I've come to deliver. I ain't talking about here. I'm talking about in this world. And I don't like the channel the way that I got to go through to do it. But I have to have patience and allow it to what? Work itself out. Huh? That's all. It's channel.
That's exactly what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
You know? It work itself out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the thing is, is that you're also doing your part too to make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm right by them before, man. Family, backs turned and everything, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Looking like a bum. Man. I had right by them before, man. No friends. I was doing so bad one time, man. I was like begging them to not throw me in jail.
Begging to or not to?
All that doing crazy shit.
You said begging them to throw you in jail or not?
Yeah.
To, yeah, okay, right.
Throwing bricks, man.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really matter if they locked me up or not, man. Because if they locked me up, I was picked up right there. Picked up. It just didn't come to that. It just never came to that. Then I just realized, man, that I just gotta try to get my life together, man. And I did. I had got it together for a little bit. It's not exactly like I wanted, but it's better. And I'm still working on it. I don't want to live like this. Laying up in somebody's cover,
Mm. That's real stuff, man.